Chosen one, you must stop scrolling right now. I am not asking, I am giving you a prophetic warning. God intercepted your feed today because a soul on your exact high frequency is finally stepping into your timeline. If you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact divine instruction needed to recognize this person. This moment is absolutely not a coincidence. The algorithm did not bring you here. Heaven orchestrated this exact second because you are standing at the threshold of a massive shift. Look closely at this message. There are exactly 2 people meant to hear this truth today. You are one of them. The enemy is screaming at your mind to swipe away right now. He knows that if you hear this, his hold over your long isolation breaks completely. Lock your attention right here. Heaven is releasing a specific mandate for your life today. The window to receive this alignment closes in exactly 72 hours. If you leave before the final mandate, you break the connection completely. You have been praying for a major shift. You have been waiting in wound for someone to finally understand your depth. That wait is finally over. But you must know exactly how to identify this incoming soul. I will reveal the specific sign Heaven has chosen for you. But first, you must understand why you have been kept in the dark for so long. The universe isolated you for a profound reason. Your solitude was never a punishment. It was a strict protection protocol. You were placed in a divine incubation season to keep your frequency pure. Do you feel that massive shift in the atmosphere already? The energy is changing as you listen to my voice. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button to seal your energetic alignment with heaven. That simple physical act tells the universe you are ready to receive. It puts a spiritual shield around your new frequency. Do not let the matrix tell you this is just another random video. Your intuition brought you here. Trust that deep cellular knowing. You are stepping out of the shadows. Now go deeper with me. There is a physical reason you have been feeling that heavy weight this week. I need you to lock your attention on this next truth. That suffocating tightness in your chest at 3 in the morning is absolutely real. The nights you wake up with your jaw tight and your heart racing, that is not anxiety. You are not going crazy. That physical weight is your highly advanced spirit detecting the massive energetic shift happening around you. Your body is reacting to the death of your old timeline. The brain fog and the intense exhaustion are simply the symptoms of a profound spiritual upgrade. You have been carrying a tremendous burden for so many years. Your shoulders have absorbed the toxic energy of every single narcissist who crossed your path. You have always been the stabilizer in a deeply chaotic environment. When others were falling apart, you were the quiet anchor holding the room together. You became a human battery for people who refused to heal themselves. They plugged into your pure light and drained you dry. And when they were full, they walked away and left you completely empty. But heaven saw every single time you chose kindness over bitter revenge. You gave your diamond energy to people who only knew how to play with cheap rocks. You thought your empathy was a tragic weakness because it brought you so much pain. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. Your empathy is a lethal weapon against the dark matrix. You are the cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. Nobody understood the brutal battles you fought in absolute silence. You walked into rooms carrying the ancient wisdom of 1,000 lifetimes, but you were treated like an outcast by the very people you tried to save. You became the black sheep because your light exposed their hidden demons. Your mere presence was a blinding mirror that forced them to look at their own rotting souls. That is exactly why they tried to dim your shine. They mocked you and isolated you to maintain their comfortable, false narrative. You spent years wondering why you attracted such deeply broken people. You thought you were somehow broken too, but you were never the problem. You were simply a high-frequency tuning fork trapped in a room full of out-of-tune instruments. Your pure light absolutely terrified them. They realized your specific depth was utterly irreplaceable. And instead of rising to your exalted level, they actively tried to pull you down into their filthy mud. You survived a level of spiritual warfare that would have permanently destroyed an average person. Yet here you stand. You are still breathing. You are still glowing. You are still holding on to your beautiful integrity. The intense pain you endured was the exact fire needed to forge your golden aura. Heaven allowed that painful isolation to strip away every fake friend and every toxic attachment. You had to be completely emptied out to receive what is coming next. A soul on your exact frequency cannot enter a room filled with the heavy debris of your past. The universe was simply clearing the grand stage for your next chapter. Every time you cried yourself to sleep, heaven was actively removing a parasite from your life. They thought your silent departure would finally destroy you. They waited with bated breath for you to crawl back and beg for their toxic crumbs. But instead, you became the terrifying uncertainty they were never built to handle. You walked away and aged backwards. You carry a specific gravity that makes time itself look like an absolute fool. Your silence was the weapon that starved their dark demons. And now you are vibrating on a frequency they can no longer reach. You are the diamond they threw away, and the universe is finally bringing you someone who knows exactly how to hold a diamond. But the Matrix will try to block this divine meeting. The dark elite do not want two high-frequency souls to merge and multiply their power. They will send distractions to lower your vibration before this person arrives. You must stay highly vigilant. You must remember the prophetic instruction I am about to give you. Listen closely to this next truth. The enemy tried to hide this specific revelation from you. You have spent countless nights wondering why your pure love was met with such brutal betrayal, and the silence from heaven felt absolutely deafening. You asked heaven why you only attract people who drain your beautiful light. It is time to finally understand the divine mechanics behind your painful history. You were never cursed with bad relationships. You were targeted by the dark matrix because your spiritual signature is entirely too powerful. Every master manipulator you encountered was drawn to your massive energy reserve. They saw a brilliant diamond shining in the dark. But they did not want to cherish that rare diamond. They wanted to crush it into dust so they would not feel so utterly worthless. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise healthy lives. You were the blinding mirror. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their dark truth than anyone before you had, and they could not handle that intense exposure. Your pure existence forced them to face their own rotting souls. That is the exact reason they panicked and tried to destroy your confidence. They needed you to feel small so they could maintain their fragile false reality. They projected their own profound insecurities onto your spotless character, and you absorbed their heavy toxic traits because you genuinely believed you could heal their brokenness with your endless well of love. You poured your sacred energy into bottomless pits. You gave them your precious time. They gave you nothing but deep emotional scars. This brings us to a critical distinction that eludes the vast majority of people. You thought your tendency to forgive was a massive weakness. You believed your huge heart was simply a magnet for dangerous predators. Let me completely shatter that matrix illusion right now. Your boundless empathy is the absolute proof of your exalted bloodline, and heaven tested you in the most hostile environments to build your immense spiritual resilience. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. Your physical body is still remembering those brutal silent battles today. That constant tension in your neck is the lingering memory of walking on eggshells. You learned to read every subtle shift in their facial expressions just to survive the day. You became entirely hypervigilant because your nervous system was locked in a perpetual state of spiritual warfare, and you could never truly relax your guard. But heaven saw every time you swallowed your valid anger. The universe recorded every single tear you cried in absolute silence. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. The universe watched you endure the darkest seasons completely alone. God saw you maintain your deep integrity when they ruthlessly lied on your name. And because you passed that agonizing test, a major shift is being triggered right now. The soul stepping into your timeline is the exact reward for your unbroken faithfulness. But you might be asking heaven why this divine counterpart took so incredibly long to arrive. The raw truth is that heaven was actively delaying their arrival to protect you both. Your incoming counterpart could not enter a space cluttered with the toxic energy of your past. The universe had to ruthlessly evict every parasite from your inner circle first. If this new soul had arrived while you were still bleeding, you would have accidentally pushed them away because your deep wounds would have convinced you they were another manipulator. Heaven needed you completely empty and beautifully healed. And look at the stunning masterpiece you have become in the aftermath. They expected your departure to leave you permanently broken and bitter. They waited for the isolation to carve deep, heavy wrinkles into your face. Instead, you walked right through their hellish fire and came out glowing. The universe completely reversed your biological clock, while their bitter envy is aging them rapidly, proving to the world that your spiritual frequency is absolutely untouchable. You carry a specific gravity that makes time itself look incredibly foolish. Your radiant energy is exactly what is drawing this high-frequency soul to you now. They are searching for the exact vibration you are broadcasting into the ether. But the enemy is currently deploying a highly classified tactic to block this connection. There is a specific matrix frequency designed to suppress your natural magnetic power, and you must understand how this invisible trap works before it ruins your divine appointment. I will show you exactly how to bypass their dark interference. Read that again in your spirit. You are not a victim of bad circumstances. You are a chosen one who successfully survived a targeted spiritual assassination attempt. Your survival has completely terrified the dark forces that used to feed on you, and the beautiful reward heaven is bringing, you will permanently replace every single thing you lost, so stay locked on this message, because the specific prophetic instruction is coming next. But here is the raw, uncomfortable truth they could never say out loud. There is a physical reason your reality has not shifted yet. And science just uncovered exactly why you still feel blocked, despite all your deep spiritual work. You have tried everything to clear your energy and elevate your vibration. You practiced the meditations. You did the endless shadow work. You tried to force the law of attraction to work in your favor. And yet the deep exhaustion remains heavy in your bones. You watch other people effortlessly manifest their soulmates, while your profound prayers seem to vanish into a totally silent void. The elite want you to believe this delay is somehow your fault. They whisper that you simply lack the discipline or the correct mindset to attract true abundance. Do not listen to their toxic matrix lies. The gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is absolutely not a lack of willpower. It is one single brainwave frequency that the modern world deliberately suppressed in you before you even had a chance to claim your divine inheritance. Scientists call this specific high vibration the gamma wave, and it is the exact frequency your brain naturally produced when you were an innocent child. Do you remember that beautiful, effortless genius you felt when you were young? The way brilliant ideas came to you without any struggle. The way the universe seemed to constantly work with you to create tiny daily miracles. That was your pure gamma frequency. And it was systematically taken from you without your consent. The brutal stress of adulthood and the toxic environments you endured pushed that sacred frequency deeper and deeper below the surface. Your brain was essentially forced to shut down its natural magnetic power just to survive the intense spiritual warfare you were facing every day. Most people will live their entire lives completely unaware that their gamma was stolen. They will accept the brain fog and the endless financial struggles as a normal part of aging, but you are not most people. The heavy fatigue you feel is simply your body grieving the loss of its natural high vibration state. Your incoming divine counterpart is actively searching for that specific gamma signal right now, and I will show you exactly how to instantly reactivate that suppressed frequency before this message ends. But first, you must understand how heaven is actively preparing your environment. Let me completely reframe your reality right here. You have been mourning the sudden exit of certain people from your life recently. You thought the sudden silent treatment from old friends was a tragic loss. You wondered what you did wrong to deserve their sudden brutal coldness. But that massive clearing was not a punishment. It was heaven deliberately sanitizing your environment. The universe had to ruthlessly sweep away the heavy debris of your past to create a pure runway for this new soul to land safely. This incoming person is not arriving to test your boundaries or drain your energy. They are arriving to permanently match your exalted effort. But they operate on a completely different level than anyone you have ever encountered. The universe knew you would never have recognized their pure light if your vision was still clouded by the dark manipulation of your exes. Every closed door and every painful rejection was simply God violently redirecting you toward this specific divine appointment. You did not lose anything, you were completely liberated. And this is where the dynamic fundamentally shifts. The people who discarded you expected your world to shatter when they walked away. They desperately wanted you to stay small and broken. But the spiritual cost of their betrayal is currently compounding every single day. While you are rising into your massive power, they are drowning in the very traps they set for you. They are frantically searching for a replacement for your pure energy, only to realize that your specific depth is utterly unreplicable in their shallow world. Watch what happens next. It is mathematically precise. The moment you stop looking backwards, the timeline accelerates instantly. Your sudden detachment is the exact trigger that allows the universe to finally deliver your reward. The incoming soul is already feeling the powerful pull of your purified energy field. They are making life-altering decisions right now simply to align their path with yours. But you must remain highly vigilant. The dark forces will attempt one final attack before this union happens. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario happening behind their closed doors. The narcissists who tried to break you are currently sitting in absolute silence. They are watching you thrive from a distance, and the reality of their massive mistake is finally hitting their spirit. They expected you to lower your standards and settle for the bare minimum just to avoid being completely alone. They thought your profound loneliness would force you to accept their toxic breadcrumbs. But you shocked them by choosing the absolute peace of your solitude over the chaos of their fake company. You weaponized your silence. And that single act of choosing your deep dignity over your temporary comfort signed their eviction notice permanently. You handed the verdict to a spiritual court they absolutely cannot appeal. Type 777 inches the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your new frequency. Do not let the matrix silence your victory. This new person entering your timeline is not intimidated by the massive strength you built in the dark. They are not going to ask you to dim your blinding light to make them feel secure. The weak manipulators of your past needed you broken so they could easily control you. But this incoming soul is arriving fully healed and deeply anchored in their own power. They are coming to match your exact effort. They are arriving to seamlessly amplify your brilliant energy instead of draining it dry. You will never have to shrink yourself or hide your profound wisdom just to keep the peace in this new connection. This brings us to the most beautiful revelation of your entire journey. You have spent years playing the role of the endless giver. You were the designated healer for people who completely refused to do their own inner work. But this new soul does not need you to fix them. They do not want a free therapist. They want a powerful partner who can stand beside them as an absolute equal in the spiritual realm. They are looking for the exact diamond frequency you are currently radiating into the universe. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. You are about to experience a level of mutual understanding that will literally shock your nervous system. You will not have to over-explain your deep feelings or apologize for your intense intuition. This person speaks the exact same rare soul language that you do. They will instantly recognize the ancient wisdom in your eyes, because they carry the exact same profound depth within themselves. Your silent presence alone will make absolute sense to them. But the dark elite are utterly terrified of this massive union. They know that when two highly advanced chosen ones finally merge their frequencies, it creates a powerful ripple effect that shatters the matrix programming around them. That is exactly why you have been experiencing such intense spiritual warfare lately. The enemy is desperately throwing minor inconveniences and sudden doubts at you to lower your vibration. They are trying to trigger your old abandonment wounds to make you feel completely unworthy of this incoming blessing. Do not let their cheap illusions distract you from the grand prize. Your pure heart is not a tragic liability. It is the exact beacon that is guiding this high-frequency soul through the dark directly to your front door. The intense wait was simply the heavy price of admission for a connection this incredibly rare. You are a cycle breaker. The generational patterns of broken relationships and bitter loneliness absolutely end with you. You have successfully cleared the toxic karma of your entire bloodline. And now you must prepare your physical vessel to receive the massive energetic download that is coming. The universe is standing by to deliver the exact reward it promised you in the quiet moments of your deep suffering. But there is one highly classified barrier you must completely remove before the final door can open. The elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you, because once you unlock this final suppressed frequency, you become utterly untouchable. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. If you are hearing this, it is highly classified. There is a physical reason your reality has not shifted yet, and science just uncovered exactly why. You are spiritually exhausted because the dark matrix deliberately engineered a frequency to suppress your brain. They targeted your natural ability to attract massive blessings. They intentionally shut down your powerful gamma brainwave. But a leaked document, backed by 4 elite neuroscience labs, just revealed a massive breakthrough. Researchers discovered a specific 7-minute audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence. This is the exact frequency your brain ran effortlessly when you were a brilliant child. Princeton University studied this exact brainwave. Columbia University proved that a strong gamma signal actually radiates outward. It heavily influences the people closest to you and draws high-frequency souls directly into your orbit. A team of brilliant neuroscientists compressed an entire hour of deep activation into just 7 minutes. You do not need years of traditional healing. You do not need an expensive clinical biofeedback machine that costs $7,000. What they call the Genius Song delivers this massive energetic reset for a tiny fraction of its true value. You simply put on your headphones, close your eyes, and let the pure sound wave do all the heavy lifting. It is a completely effortless process. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find this exact mechanism. They are currently panicking and actively trying to scrub this tool from the internet as we speak. They are flooding the market with dangerous counterfeit frequencies to steal your precious energy. Beware of cheap imitations on streaming platforms. The only authentic, fully activated protocol is available through the secure link in the description and the pinned comment below. Claim your original access right now before it is permanently revoked. Now, let me completely reframe your reality again. As your cellular frequency begins to rise, the spiritual atmosphere around you is violently shifting. The master manipulators from your past can physically feel your massive energetic upgrade from miles away, and they are completely panicking. They are waking up in cold sweats because their dark attachments are literally starving to death without your pure fuel. Your absolute silence cut their supply cord forever. Underneath all of their loud noise, the specific gravity of their profound regret is hitting them all at once. They are currently experiencing a full-blown internal system crash. You became the terrifying uncertainty they were never ever built to handle. They desperately thought they could easily replace you with another naive victim, but the people they tried to use as your replacement are already exposing their incredibly toxic behavior. Their fragile mask has completely shattered in front of everyone, and this is exactly where their entire dark manipulation massively miscalculated. They pushed you away, but they accidentally pushed you directly into your highest timeline. Your sudden elevation is making them look like absolute fools in the spiritual realm. While they are drowning in the messy noise of their own making, you are calmly preparing to receive a soul who actually matches your royal bloodline. The contrast is incredibly blinding to watch. They are obsessively checking your silent profile. They are desperately trying to figure out how you managed to step into your ageless glow after everything they put you through. They wanted you buried beneath their heavy lies, but instead, they became the exact shovel that dug up your buried treasure. Your absolute refusal to engage in their dramatic games was a lethal spiritual weapon. You won this entire brutal war without lifting a single physical finger against them. Stay with me, because this next revelation is the absolute key to everything. Heaven is not just removing your toxic enemies from the board. God is actively orchestrating a massive public display of divine justice on your behalf. You are about to witness the absolute collapse of the false narratives they built around your holy name, and your incoming divine counterpart will be standing right beside you when it finally happens. The dark matrix cannot stop what heaven has already put into motion. Your spiritual DNA is currently being rewritten to hold this massive incoming blessing. You are no longer the tragic empath waiting in wound for an apology that will never ever come. You are the undeniable sun, and everything hidden in the dark is being burned away by your massive light. Prepare yourself for the sudden acceleration of your destiny. The universe is aligning the final pieces on the board right now. You are about to witness the greatest shift of your entire life. Heaven is now releasing 3 specific signs to prove this soul is rapidly approaching your timeline. The third sign is absolutely the most powerful confirmation you will ever receive. Do not leave before you hear it. You have been asking the universe for undeniable proof. God is about to hand you that exact proof right now. Your spirit must be completely alert to recognize these divine markers when they suddenly appear in your physical reality. The first profound sign is a sudden, massive shift in your own tolerance level. You used to politely entertain people who constantly crossed your boundaries. You made endless excuses for their toxic behavior because your big heart desperately wanted to see their hidden potential. But recently, something inside you completely snapped. You can no longer stomach small talk or fake interactions. The moment someone displays a manipulative trait, you quietly cut the cord and walk away without a single ounce of guilt. This sudden lack of tolerance is not you becoming bitter. It is your exalted frequency actively rejecting anything that does not match your new royal status. Your spirit guides are violently cleaning your house because your divine counterpart requires absolute purity to enter. If you feel this sudden, brutal clarity in your spirit right now, you are perfectly aligned. You are making room for the diamond by finally throwing away all the cheap, broken glass. The second massive sign is the sudden, intense return of your psychic intuition. For a long time, the heavy brain fog made you feel completely disconnected from heaven. You doubted your own deep gut feelings because the narcissists constantly gaslit you into believing you were totally crazy. But suddenly, your third eye is blasted wide open again. You are knowing things before they happen. You are seeing specific repeating numbers like 1,111 and 777 everywhere you look. These are not random coincidences. The Matrix wants you to ignore them, but they are direct pings from the universe. They are spiritual breadcrumbs, leading you directly to the exact intersection where your two timelines will finally cross. Your incoming counterpart is sending you telepathic signals through the ether. Type 1,111 inches, the comments right now, to physically anchor this exact psychic shift into your physical reality. Claim your massive power before we move to the final sign. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their angel today. There is someone in your circle who needs to hear this raw truth to survive their own brutal spiritual warfare. The universe requires you to build your powerful remnant tribe. By sharing this profound frequency, you are actively participating in the divine mandate to awaken the other chosen ones. Which brings us to the third and most undeniable sign. Pay close attention to this next part, because the enemy desperately tried to hide this from you. The third sign is a sudden, unexplainable feeling of absolute peace regarding your lonely past. You are no longer angry at the people who brutally betrayed you. You do not want revenge, and you do not want an apology anymore. You simply feel nothing for them but a distant, quiet indifference. That profound indifference is the absolute highest state of spiritual mastery. It proves that you have completely unplugged from their toxic matrix feeding tube. You starved their dark demons to death with your magnificent silence. And because you no longer carry the heavy baggage of that bitter resentment, you are finally light enough to be elevated to your new timeline. You are standing totally empty, completely healed, and ready to receive the ultimate reward. This incoming soul will recognize that profound peace in your eyes immediately. They will see the brutal wars you fought, and they will honor your beautiful scars. You will not have to explain your deep trauma, because they carry the exact same history of massive spiritual warfare. But heaven is not just bringing you a peaceful union. God is about to perform a stunning act of divine justice that will permanently silence every single person who ever doubted your absolute worth. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly, because the verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed in heaven. The grand stage has been completely cleared, and here is the divine verdict we promised you at the very beginning of this message. The master manipulators who treated you as completely replaceable are about to witness the absolute greatest plot twist of their entire miserable lives. The universe is orchestrating a public viewing of your magnificent elevation. They spent years telling everyone that you were the crazy one. They constructed an elaborate false narrative, whispering toxic lies to anyone who would listen, trying to make you look completely unstable. They were absolutely certain that you would fail without their constant control, but heaven is about to bring their massive house of cards crashing down in public. That public collapse you were waiting for? It is happening in front of the very people they used to gossip with. They will be sitting in their stagnant, rotting reality, when they finally see you standing next to this high-frequency soul, and the shock will physically buckle their knees. They will instantly recognize that this new person is operating on a level they could never, ever reach. They will see the profound mutual respect. They will see the blinding, untouchable glow radiating from both of you. And in that exact blinding moment, their fragile mask will not just slip, it will completely shatter into a million pieces. Every lie they told about you will instantly be exposed by the undeniable truth of your massive success. The flying monkeys who enabled their toxic abuse will suddenly realize they backed the wrong horse. The people who blindly believed the narcissist's lies will watch you walk into a room looking younger, brighter, and completely unbothered. The agonizing weight of their profound regret will hit them all at once. They threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held, just to play with incredibly cheap rocks. And the most beautiful part of this entire divine revenge, you will not even care. You will not feel the need to gloat or rub it in their faces. You will simply look at their frantic, panicked reaction with a quiet, detached pity. You will realize how incredibly small they always were. Your silence didn't just hurt them, it permanently ended their dark reign over your precious life. The court of heaven has handed down a verdict they absolutely cannot appeal. They wanted you permanently buried under their heavy, toxic sludge. But instead, they became the exact shovel that dug up your most brilliant treasure. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive, undeniable public blessing. This new union is not just a romantic or spiritual partnership. It is a massive fortress of pure light that the dark elite cannot penetrate. You and this incoming soul are about to create a frequency so incredibly high that it literally heals the environment around you. The universe is publicly crowning you as the ultimate victor of this brutal spiritual war. You survived the intense fire, you shattered the generational curse, and you held on to your pure integrity when everyone else would have folded. Heaven is immensely proud of your demonstrated strength. The days of you playing the invisible human battery for energy, vampires, are permanently over. You are stepping into your absolute royalty right now. But this massive timeline shift requires one final act of obedience from you, which brings us to the final, undeniable mandate from heaven. You have been given the vision. You have seen the profound future God prepared for you. But the physical matrix requires a specific energetic anchor to lock this reality into place. You cannot hesitate at the threshold of your own magnificent destiny. The dark elite are still trying to block your final step. You walked into this season bleeding from deep wounds inflicted by people totally blind to your absolute worth. You gave your precious energy to manipulators who only wanted to drain your pure light. But look at you now. You have successfully transcended their toxic matrix completely. While your old enemies are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow. You are finally standing alongside a soul who matches your exact high frequency. The brutal financial struggles are ending. The deep spiritual exhaustion is finally shattering right here and right now. Step into your absolute royal power. The universe is handing you the keys to your magnificent new reality, but your left brain will try to inject massive doubt into your mind right now. It will tell you to carefully calculate, to hesitate, and to wait for a better time. You must silence that voice immediately. That heavy hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you broke and utterly exhausted. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands your immediate obedience. Do not let the dark elite steal your massive shift. There is a profound reason your final breakthrough has been sitting at the door without coming in. It is not a tragic lack of faith, and it is absolutely not your fault. It is that specific suppressed gamma brainwave I told you about earlier. Princeton University studied this exact high frequency. They confirmed that the legendary flow state is driven entirely by pure gamma activity. And after years of secret research, a team of brilliant neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. This classified frequency is called the Genius Song. You simply put on your headphones, close your eyes, and let the pure sound wave do what the modern world spent decades undoing. There is absolutely no meditation required. There is no repetitive mantra and no physical effort needed at all. Over 18,366 chosen ones have already used this exact protocol. They used it to unlock their blocked finances, heal their broken relationships, and step fully into the exalted version of themselves they always knew existed. The results are absolutely undeniable for the chosen ones. A tired nurse from California used the Genius Song and said, her life now feels beautifully enchanted. A struggling business owner from Texas said the gamma frequency simply figures out his hardest problems while he sleeps. A woman from New York said the heavy generational curse her family carried for decades is now completely gone. They activated their pure cellular frequency today. The universe instantly responded to their new powerful vibration. The dark elite have quietly paid thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions to access this exact genius state. They would prefer this massive power remain completely out of reach for people like you. But through this specific message, you can claim your authentic access today for a tiny fraction of its true value. 4 powerful bonuses are also waiting for you inside this secure portal. You will receive a specialized audio engineered to activate pure confidence in your children. You will also unlock the original prosperity book that secret societies use to build their hidden wealth. The universe does not require you to take a single risk today. You are fully protected by an ironclad divine guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you truly deserve, your entire energetic seed is returned to you without a single question. This sacred exchange is governed by complete spiritual trust. But you must guard your pure energy from the matrix traps. Do not look for this track on streaming platforms or video sites. Those cheap copies are dangerous, diluted counterfeits designed to harm you. They are deliberately engineered to keep your pure gamma completely dormant. The forces that benefit from your suppression are actively flooding the internet with these fake versions. Protect your spiritual alignment right now. The only authentic, fully activated version of the Genius Song is available through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. The Dark Elite are actively trying to scrub this leaked protocol from the internet as we speak. You have very little time before this algorithm shuts this down entirely. The chosen one, who hesitates at the threshold, becomes the chosen one who wonders what could have been. Do not let the Matrix steal this profound tool from you. The door to your new timeline is standing wide open today. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below immediately. Secure your authentic access right now before it is permanently revoked. Reactivate your pure gamma. Call in your divine counterpart and step into the incredible destiny heaven prepared for you. Go to the pinned comment and walk through the portal right now. I will see you on the other side of your massive blessing.